So this was my second time trying to record this, and I actually had live audio, but I noticed that when I was playing, I talked really fast and kind of mumbled a bit, so I'm going to just voice over it. But I tried one game to get jungle, and someone else called it, so I let them have it. And then another game, they let me go jungle, but then my Ralts, out of nowhere, flashes over the wall and steals my last hit on the buff, and then goes back to lane. And so he trolled me, and so I'm recording one now that actually played out the full game. And I made quite a few mistakes, but it'll at least show you the general pathing that I try and do for jungle. The key kind of is to always do your jungle, go for an objective, don't overstay, and then teleport back, and then do your jungle clear again. So at the beginning, make sure you don't attack your lane's creeps, otherwise you steal some experience. I usually jump over the wall with a jump spell. Sometimes I flash it with the eject button, but I've noticed that a couple times eject button's still not back up by the time I go to gank the first lane, since they changed the timer of eject button. So now I just leveled the spell that lets me jump over the wall. You could run around the wall, but it saves you like 2 or 3 seconds, so it's a little bit more efficient that way, so you can get to a lane to gank faster. So you do your normal clear, you kill the Lillipup, you kill the buffs in the right order, try and kite them, so like walk in the direction of the next creep you want to eventually kill while you're fighting. That way you're slightly faster about it. I show it later in the video, but for that Buffalont guy, I actually sometimes, if I'm a ranged character, like to attack him from sort of behind the wall barrier, because then he'll charge himself into the wall and stop himself, so he doesn't run around so crazy. So here my teammates screwed me over. They should never take this crab on either one, because now I'm not 5. So normally I'd be 5, and I would wait in these bushes to help with bees. Since they screwed me over, I need to get 5 or I'm useless. I don't get my spell yet. So I have to go over and steal this creep from them, which I normally wouldn't do, because now the enemy team knows I'm top, and I took 1 creep from my lane, but since they screwed me, I had to. So this bees actually goes pretty well for us. They don't really contest it too hard, and we get quite a few of these. So I end up getting 3 of these bees here. It's better if my lane gets them, but since it's contested, just attack them and hope anybody on your team gets them. Try and save your moves to last hit them too if you can. It's better you get them than anyone else. But at the end, if you end up killing the enemy team, then it's usually better to let your teammates last hit the bees, so they get a little bit more X, but it's fine. So that bees went well, I killed it fast, then notice I immediately went to the middle and took some creeps. If I'm ahead, I usually like to kill a couple of those creeps, and then I go back to my buff camps again. You could teleport back if you want. I usually run it because you get that speed berry. It doesn't make that big of a difference. It might actually be faster to warp, but it's fine. I'm already ahead. So you'll see I'm going to be getting level 7 soon, either off this creep or the next one. That's kind of an example of what I meant by having him run back into the wall if you're ranged. It just saves it from him running wild or you having a chance of running into you. So this creep will give me my 7. So you'll notice I did my clear. I went up for bees. As soon as bees was done, I didn't overstay. And then I went back and did another clear. And so now I'm peeking up here because I have 1 more creep to kill. But there's a big fight going out. But they actually killed the enemy team jungler, which is huge. And then I get kind of lucky here that my auto attack dashes with his flash here. So I get this kill. So this is an example of what you shouldn't do. I overstay here on this Ninetales. There's no way I kill him, even with the level advantage, with him getting healing under there. So I just back out, and I look to warp. I was planning to warp back and do my buffs, but you'll notice on the minimap, they're not up yet. So I just say, okay, well, there's 30 seconds until Dreadnought spawns. I still have my current buffs. There's nothing respawned on my side. I'll just clear some of these middle crabs. I didn't realize that crab was already taken. It was just respawning. So this is actually a bit of a misplay. At 720, bees spawn in the middle. You see that Snorlax was taking them. I should have came down and helped my team take the bees, because they actually get a lot of experience here on their side, and their Snorlax hits level 7. That was a mistake. I shouldn't have fooled around in the middle. I should have came down earlier, but it is what it is. So at Dreadnought is always tricky to decide, do you fight them first, or do you go for the objective first? I usually like, if they're out of position like the Snorlax is, I usually like to try and get a pick on them. And so you can see, like, I'm playing kind of around my my Lucario here and my Slowbro, so that Lucario gets a really good initiation, so we can clean them up. And so I flash here to try and get this kill. I don't get it. It was maybe a little aggressive to use a flash there. Instead of dunking, I probably could have went down and started Dreadnought instead of flashing at all. But since my Lucario was a beast here and got that kill, we could dunk and blow up their base. But normally, and you're in the conversation with me at this point, but instead of flashing after that guy, I should have started the Dreadnought. I was really convinced that 1 auto attack would kill him. I was just wrong on that math. But luckily, Lucario made a play. I kill it. But notice, as soon as I kill it, I'm planning to warp back and do my buffs again. Sometimes you can run up as a team to try and get that Rotom, which you can see I was peeking up there. They hadn't started it yet. So I make the executive decision here that getting my buffs and getting level 11 sooner is more important than going for Rotom. Rotom really doesn't matter that much. I peek up again, you see, so I can see that it's getting low, so I know that they're on it. But I see Slowbro's rotating up. We have Cinderace up there. if they, I could maybe cheat up early, but I really want to get my 11. Level advantage in this game is super important. So I'm just hoping my team can hold that off long enough that I can get up there. Honestly, even if they died and the other team took it, that point is not the end of the world. But I'm really trying to be quick here, so that way, if I can get up there, that I can clean up some of these kills or defend on the Rotom. So I see they're really low, so I just ulti right in, because I still have ulti, and these guys are really weak. So I just immediately clean them up. So like, notice, I'm 11, and these guys are still 7 and 8. So I have like 3 or 4 level advantage on these guys. So now I can be super really aggressive and greedy here with my Slowbro. And so like I can just stand on their point. Their 9-taps can't even stay and heal against me because I have 4 levels ahead of her. So I scare her off there a little bit. I ran a little too far. You'll notice I use my flash here a bit wastefully. But luckily I'm able to snag this just in time. If I had not scored that and they interrupted me, I probably would have been in trouble. And so here I make a misplay. I'm fighting this guy. I know I can kill him, but he makes enough further away from me. I shouldn't chase. You should never chase. I should warp back. You can see my buffs just respawning. I should not chase this guy. Because even though I got the kill on him, I died. Which, one, I was ahead in levels, and when you're ahead in levels and you die, it gives the other team a ton of experience. So their Absol leveled up really high, and you'll see he's going to go in the middle here on the minimap and kill 2 people, 2v1. Because now he got 2 levels off killing me. He went from level 9 to level 11 instantly, and now it's just going to kill my whole team. So that was a big mistake. But also, look how long I was dead for. I was dead for like 20 or 30 seconds. I could have already cleared my whole jungle in that time and been level 13. So now I have to clear my jungle. And the Absol just got like 4 levels and killed my whole team, and they're in a good position to go for Dreadnought now. So that was a really big misplay by me. I should never have chased that guy. It didn't matter. So for the same reason, I'm not going to chase this guy top. My Cinderace decides to chase him, whatever. I don't care. Let my Cinderace chase him. But me getting my experience and not chasing is really important. If he was about to like dunk 50 on one of our important goals or something, maybe I consider that. But honestly, getting the buffs and getting the farm is way more important, and I know Dreadnought's up. And if my team ideally should have been down there. So here I recognize my team didn't get there in time. I run away, I try and ping them to retreat. They're running in like idiots. At that point, we can't win 4v3. We're outnumbered. Evo, they just got Dreadnought shields. They just got a level off Dreadnought, so I'm running. I could have maybe tried to stop them from scoring bottom, but they killed both of my teammates like they were paper. And so there's just no way. They would have killed me for sure. So I just continue to farm. I see my team doing Rotom up here. My teammate ultis it like a freaking idiot as a Cinderace, and I won't have it for Zapdos. So that was stupid of him. But their Absol decides to go in and feed. So what their Absol just did there is what I didn't want to do bottom after they got Dread. So sometimes if you can't even get to the Dread in time, you just have to let it go and just go farm. So I see their Cinderace ulti me for no reason. So I say screw it. I'm just going back to base. Pushing this is not a good idea. I'm going to try and tell my team to retreat. I doubt they'll listen, but I jump bottom here. My buffs are up, but I saw that these people were trying to score. My teammates were holding for their dear life. So I warp down here just to try and kill them. I should really go back here and do my buff soon, which hopefully, I don't remember if I do that or not. But I shouldn't chase this guy here. Hopefully I recall. Okay, yeah. So chasing that guy would have been stupid. There's no way I kill that guy, and even if I do, it's a waste of my time. It's better for me to get my buffs. Notice I'm about to level, so I'll get level 14, which is huge. I have ulti, but imagine I didn't have ulti, then I could have farmed it up. Cinderace steals this buff, which kind of sucks, because I know my Cinderace is bad, and he wasted his ulti on a freaking Rotom that was not even contested. But it is what it is, so I'll just get this buff. I'll clear more creeps. If I could manage to get 15, that would be great, but, you know, I'm just farming right now. I have 50 coins. I see them scoring top. I go up there to try and stop them in case they were trying to dunk for like 50, because it would take them a while, but they only had a few points. So I just decided to duel with this guy. I have 2 levels on him. So I'm like 99% sure I killed that guy. Then this Venusaur wants to fight me down 3 levels, so even though I'm half HP, just because I know how to play Greninja, I'm positive I can kill this guy. So I just outplay him because he's under-leveled. If I wasn't Greninja, after I killed that first guy, I would have just ran away and just recalled. But I just happen to know that guy was way too weak for me to fight him 3 levels down. So now I don't know how my teleporter got screwed up there, but whatever. So now I'm going to plan to play for Dreadnought. This Snorlax kind of out of position, so I'm going to see if I can kill him. This Snorlax actually destroys me, if I remember correctly. Is this the game where Snorlax destroys me? I think it is. So I'm pretty sure this Snorlax solo double kills both of us solo. So like, this is the godliest Snorlax I've ever seen in my life. So then he ultis me, so I have 1 hit left. So now I recall here, and I don't actually know how he interrupted this. Maybe I messed it up. What hit me there? I actually don't even know what hit me there. Somehow I took a blip of damage, and it canceled my warp, which was terrible. So that was really bad by me. I should not have tried to kill the Snorlax. He made a good play. I was out of position. He stopped my back and got the kill on me. But I should have just went back and did my buffs and got level 15. Then now my team decides to coin flip Zapdos like idiots. They all get 1 hit and die. It is what it is. But we get really lucky here, and they get distracted by my Slowbro long enough that Zapdos starts to reset again. So I actually get there in time to defend this. But this is a perfect example of why I shouldn't have been trying to kill that Snorlax solo. Perfect example why I should have just kept full HP and been ready for Zapdos. I get lucky. So I ulted in thinking they were going to try and kill it, but I got lucky that they didn't attack it fast enough. I started healing back to full HP. So then this Absol's fighting me after I ultied for no reason. So I kill him because I attack really fast. And so now I'm just looking to kill them ideally first. And so now I know to stay away from the Snorlax because he's a freaking beast somehow. And so I let my teammates fight him head on and then kill him, and then we can clean this up. Now I know that they have 2 teammates dead, and there's no one in the vicinity, and we have 4. And we had both Lucario and me who could try and get the smiting last hit. So at that point, the game's basically done. So then here, I almost die here, actually. It's a little sketchy, so I use everything that I have to bypass her just to dunk real quick. And I do actually die, because there's no escape for me here, because I used all my jumps. But I just take the Ninetales down with me. That way, it's one less thing that my Lucario has to worry about. I actually kill 2, I guess, before I die. And then Lucario gets some cleanups and scores or whatever. If you can score and get out, then the goal is to the objective is to immediately hide and recall. So like if I was this Lucario, I would be trying to hide and recall, but it doesn't matter because the game ends. So yeah, so that's pretty much it.